on, guys? Doing there? Today, we'll be going over a ticker symbol analysis on the ticker symbol BBAI, Big Bear AI Holdings. We are seeing Big Bear AI Holdings in a very, very interesting spot. Stock price getting extremely thin within a high risk situation, potentially having that short squeeze like effect where these sellers could get squeezed to the upside or a drip of price action could occur, guys. With that being said, we'll be completely non-biased in this very, very important time in the BBAI technical analysis. Let's go start off for technical analysis over on the weekly analysis, guys. With these short squeeze kind of stocks like BBAI, GameStop, AMC, volume is king. Price action is always king. Point blank, period, guys. But volume indication is something you always want to keep in mind. We take a vertical line, right? See this big price action movement, boom. Previous, a bunch of thin candles for about a year, not really doing anything, guys. You see a big movement up with the uptick in volume. So it's very, very flat, big movement up right there. That led to this 300% movement. Once we did have this consolidation for, a decent amount of time, a couple months, guys, we broke over the top, had a massive short squeeze like movement. Where any short sellers in these tops that wanted to short sell it to hopefully get this fade down, they didn't get it. They exited their position, short squeeze stock price up, new buyers emerge, short-term traders, yada, yada, yada. We get the reversal over here with this doji candle and these two wicks on top, signifying a flipping trend, right there, crescendo. Stock price moves all the way down to a little bit oversold. Buyers like the price down here, back in this previous pocket of consolidation. And that's what we're seeing, guys. Stock price has been basing in this previous consolidation phase where previously it had this 300% movement. And it makes sense, guys, as traders like to step in, especially with these short squeeze kind of stocks. They dominate the technical analysis space within these stocks, right? So we're seeing stock price sit in this very, very comfortable pocket. And something notable, centering back to volume is king, guys, we are seeing an ascension in the profile of volume. So this signifies, guys, that this consolidation likely won't last too much longer. Either the sellers will get their way and they'll start to drag stock price down, or we'll get that reoccurring short squeeze over the top like we did here, guys. Maybe not this crazy, right? It doesn't have to be, but we don't expect something big to happen. So within that context, we understand where we're at. We're back within this current pocket of stock price. As of now, we've seen that sellers have stepped in over the last 5 weeks, guys, clearly signifying these wicks that, each week has started off strong, right? It looks like we're going to take off before the sellers end up closing it a lot lower. Starts off strong, sellers push it a lot closer, etc., etc. And as of now, it's starting to weak down and really get kind of thin. So, being that we're right in this very, very important support level, being that, we'll see it a little bit better on the daily, guys. But being this general region, we wicked out, we came all the way back down, bounced, zero problems, wicked down, came up, rejected, held it, held it, and held it. So that's the story on the weekly analysis. We do this ascending support line, which we'll get into on the daily. But as of now, guys, the main thing you want to keep in mind is that this ascending profile in volume within this consolidation pocket is going to lead to a movement soon. And honestly, guys, on the weekly, we got to dive into the smaller time frame to get our bias. As we have seen seller presence, right, starting to shove stock price down, but the clear ascension with buyers reemerging back in this high profile area. And plus, guys, when you're this beat down and you start to see buyers step back in, this is the area where there's not a lot of risk reward for the short sellers. Would you rather short here on the break of 670, of course, short on the top? We all wish we could. Hindsight's 2020, right? Short here. Or would you want to short the stock back when it's in this tight consolidation grinding up? If we have a hard candle pressing down, breaking this clear ascension where we have this ascending trend line, right? Then that region, yeah, this could be a new area where if we start to knife down hard, maybe short sellers reemerge here. That's now, it's very much a neutral zone on the weekly analysis. So this is a good perspective and spot to go shift over the daily to go analyze the further candles on the daily, guys. We get such a great perspective of how key this ascending support is. Whenever we get a little bit extended from that, right? Stock price gets the bounce, we get a little bit too far from it. We reject that big resistance we mentioned on the weekly, which we previously did, wick out over here, right? We come back down, we hold there for around 3, 4, 5 days, and then bounce. We come down, we literally hold this place for around a week, bounce. We get extended, reject 450, come down, kind of combobulate here for a while, And obviously, as of now, guys, we're just hanging below this. So, if we break the wicks below these current price action, really being this blue box support, roughly that 370, but we have gotten a lot of wick outs, false breakdowns. So be careful. I wouldn't be rushing a short sell, but we've seen sellers gradually shove the stock closer and closer and closer, closer to this breakdown level. Now, that is bearish. If you had to lean aside, guys, considering we're seeing relative weakness and consolidation below this ascending support, right, teasing this drop of this support level, you would lean bearish, guys, but be careful. Tread with caution if you're a short seller, because each and every one of these days, guys, short sellers are continuing to enter their position. We have a lot of shorts in this position as of now. Where would be the spot where they get squeezed out? If we close over these clear highs where stock price has been basing at for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So if we get that strong close over that psychological $4 level, which we will go and mark up now, if we see a strong close over that, guys, you could see all these shorts who have been slowly accumulating in these highs get squeezed out, sending stock price higher and new buyers entering the market. Any buyers who are waiting on the sidelines, guys, to want to get into the stock, they're really just waiting for this descending channel and the support level to get the bounce, right? As of now, we're currently hanging below this support level, and it's pretty rare that with this level of strong support on this short squeeze kind of stock, typically when we do fall below it, it's pretty hard movement down. It is abnormal to see this consolidation, so two things. One, will either confirm over the top, eventually having a quick rise up, maybe going and reclaiming this setting support, or retesting it right somewhere around the zone, or stock price will close below these wicks and we'll start to see the squeeze down. As over the last, really month and a half, guys, it's been grinding up, grinding up, grinding up, grinding up. Buyers are okay, it's a nice little, hold on here. So this could be the spot, guys, where we see the inflection point, and I can't say it enough, guys. Expect something to happen soon within this pocket of consolidation. Whether we close to the upside or the down will really depict this trend. If you had to pick a side, we would lean to the downside, guys. I know it's not fun, leaning bearish, whatever, but we're slowly descending within this region, signifying a short-term seller weakness as they more control the slowly close stock price lower and lower. But let's remain data oriented, guys. There's no context to make a decision based off this yet, as we're still in this consolidation. So keep that in mind, guys. This is a very, very interesting point of view on the daily analysis. It is pretty rare you see this tight consolidation after breaking a major level like this, grinding up as we did on this stock, guys. With that being said as well, centering back to the weekly, we're seeing a lot of volume, guys. So this consolidation, in theory, guys, should not last too much longer, and we do feel confident within that. So with that being said, guys, go flip over to the hourly analysis to get a little bit more perspective. The reason why almost every single successful trader looks at multi-analysis time frame is for this reason, guys. We're seeing a very, very simple trend where stock price gets a very, very nice strong movement, just as we did over here. And then we start to get sellers accumulating at the top, right? They get it on this area. Stock price comes down, gets to this rough area, it's battered down. We get to this rough area once again, sellers accumulating, gets knocked down. Jambling around, getting this bounce off this ascending blue support, holding at this area for around very, very thin price action for around 6, 7, 8 hours, dropping violently, getting the bounce once again off that ascending support, getting the gap over it, and perfectly holding this, guys, until getting the trampoline-like effect. Boom. Nice strong movement up. Once again, guys, sellers accumulating at the top. Get to this rough region, guys, gets knocked down. Gets to this region, guys, gets knocked down. We reapproach it one time with a lot of volume and strength in this nice strong body bar. That is enough movement. Within 1, 2, 3 hours, we get a 12% movement in price action. Get this double top, we chop around a little bit, coming back down to this support region, being this blue ascending support, and you get the trampoline effect. This is the big movement up. Now we're seeing, once again, guys, this descending resistance, where sellers, short sellers, are liking to get in this position and short, accumulate roughly around these highs, right? It comes up, momentarily getting the false break over with a nice strong body bar. We attempt to hold it for a couple hours. Right when we drop below it, we knife down, right? Ultimately leading it to more of a drop. That's currently where we are now, guys. We came up and retested this over the last few days, getting very, very close, but rejecting. So if we get the strong close, guys, over this descending profile, you would expect, just as history does repeat itself, especially with these short squeeze kind of stocks where sellers love to accumulate in these highs. This is a very high short interest. If you see the nice strong confirmation over the top, very likely short sellers get out of their position, rising stock price up, and new buyers and traders, specifically short-term traders, re-emerging within the market. So simple, guys. I mean, we're in this pocket of consolidation, and new buyers waiting on the sideline with cash in hand are waiting for that strong close over this descending profile and eventually getting over $4. We only have a few more days, guys, where stock price can continue to bounce from the floor, ceiling, ceiling, ceiling. Eventually, it's going to come to the apex where these sellers and buyers will meet very, very close. One of them has to win, and that will lead to a sharp movement to the downside or a sharp movement to the upside, guys. Just as history has repeated itself, guys, considering that we are, right, continuing to ascend and break up to the upside, you would lean to the upside, but let's remain data oriented. We're very much clearly in a pocket of consolidation waiting to get the top breakout. With that being said, guys, keep an eye on the apex of the structure. Definitely reapproaching it. Seeing hammer candles on the bottom of this floor, you would think in the past we'll get that rise up to retest and right eventually reapproach $4 to get that nice break over that psychological level. With that being said, guys, one more thing we really want to preface is that for this big weekly range, guys, with this big weekly range, flipping over to the weekly analysis, guys, once you see the strong close over $4.50 and ultimately $5, that psychological level, you see the upside. And this has continued to play out in BBAI. So that's the long-term price target where if we do break over $4.55, we should easily be moving to this quick euphoric movement to 670. But none of that is possible, guys, if we don't get out of this consolidation, right, centering back to the daily, break out to the upside, and eventually get over these resistance levels. So there is a lot of upside to be had on BBI, considering we are back in this consolidation, right, on the weekly analysis, right back within this pocket, but you need to see buyers continue to step up as we have been slowly grinding up back around to the top of this previous breakout level. So if stock price starts to flip down here, you could see a couple weeks of price action downside until we do get the bounce. So tread with caution here, guys. It definitely is a battle within the neutral zone, right? Being this rough range, we do have now formed on the daily and this descending channel. The sellers and the buyers, no one has won quite as of yet. So leaning into the next few days, guys, although we can form a bias while stock is trading within this channel, right? More or less, we want to remain responsible, smart, and let's lean neutral, guys. If we see the top broken strong with liquidity, all these sellers accumulating slowly in this position, pinching it out to this spot, will get liquidated. New short-term buyers entering and seeing a nice boom, big movement up, guys. We could see a really euphoric moving up. It wouldn't surprise me to see a big 15-20% day possibly in one day price action. That's how much energy is building. But the play devil's advocate, guys, hang below this major support level, right? This ascending support in this big blue box region where previously in the past has been so critical. If we do confirm to the bottom of this range, really being around that 365, but we want to see the strong daily close under, then you could see more price action drop to come. Where that will happen, we will go over that if that does happen live, guys. This is a very in the moment liquid conversation, guys. A lot going on, but let's keep it simple, guys. Number one data point is this daily range. If you found any value out of the video, guys, consider like and subscribe. We'll go over BBAI about 1 to 2 times a week, but it really just depends how you guys respond to the videos. With that being said, I hope you guys have a good day. Take care and peace.